Good morning. This class is dedicated to the memory of someone who hardly anybody knew, but our class knew him and loved him, and his name is David Bierkamp. David Bierkamp committed suicide, and committed suicide for reasons unknown to us. But because of him, I'm inspired to talk about the concept, about our obligation as people, what we believe, and how that should affect our relationship with others. We talk about our beliefs, our belief that God actually came down on Mount Sinai and revealed the Torah to the Jewish people, which is an oral transmission that is unbroken. Every other religion, every other tradition has broken times where there was a break and things changed. Our oral tradition, we can go back, teacher to student, all the way back to Moses. There is no other tradition like this. And we believe that God created the world, and that is the original cause that's talked about by the philosophers. And the original cause is the great wisdom of God that knows and anticipates all and cares about all. And that although a person may be alone and feel lonely, the person has to realize that he's never alone, that God is with him wherever he may go, and that God is more important than any individual human being or set of human beings, more than any success, more than any happiness that a person can have. The person is always with God. Gam ki eshev b'choshech, even if I sit in darkness, your light is with me. It's sad that we have the discussion about the meaningfulness of the commandments, including the circumcision, the belief in the goodness of man, and that man needs no sacrifice of another human being, that all man needs is the depth of his own heart. But sometimes that's not enough. It's not enough to tell a person that he's accepted, that God loves him, that God cares about him. It's important for a human being to know that there's another human being who cares. It's when another person feels that nobody cares whether you live or die, that the person can be brought into a state of despair and can do what so many people unfortunately try to do and some are successful in doing, and that's taking their own lives. It is unfortunate that I didn't see this in David. David was a very sensitive and a very nice person. A person who wanted something, he wanted to be Jewish with every fiber of his being, but was born non-Jewish. And financial circumstances dictated the ways of his life in a way that he could not coordinate a true Jewish life, which is the keeping of the Sabbath and the eating of kosher and doing all the other commandments, with the other elements of his life, which was to take pictures and to be able to earn a living, to support himself. I don't know what happened to David the day that he took his life, but I do know that we who knew him are missing something. We miss his person, and we failed in reaching out to him. And so, for all the David Bierkamps out there, for all those who know the David Bierkamps out there, take the time today to pick up a telephone and call someone that you haven't called in a long time. It doesn't make a difference who it is, whether it's somebody rich or powerful, or somebody that's regular and average, or even less than average. What's important is that a person that you know that you haven't called in a long time, you reach out for that person. Make sure that that person understands that you care. I have a friend Some of you know him. His name is Rabbi Lipschitz. Rabbi Lipschitz was alone in a city that disliked him. They disliked him because of the message that he had for them. And he worked day and night to change their attitudes toward being Jewish. Those Jews who were functionary Jews, Jews in name only, but they stopped identifying as Jews. He worked tirelessly to inspire them. And in his frustrations, thought perhaps that everybody had forgotten about him. And just then, he got a call from New York, a call from Rabbi Chadakov of blessed memory, that he should know that his office, his head office, was still thinking about him. That was good for Rabbi Lipschitz. We didn't do the same for David. Let's make sure that there aren't any more Davids.